膝生地を回すこと以外にほぼデータがなかったんですが、ただもんじゃないですね。
結構ね、ルイズ・プリモ選手の情報って意外と少ないですよね。
少ないんですよ。SNS でね、このピザ生地を回しながら戦う姿の動画がですね、めちゃくちゃバズったんですが、そのバズった以上の情報が入ってこないんですよね。そうなんです。今度はピザ。
Oh, that was perfect.
That guy's fucking awesome, dude. He's my hero. I'm telling you, folks. No wrestler guy is my hero. Just like he should be your hero. I apologize for us being a little bit late this evening, but it is Monday, 5/26/24. It is Andres, the pop culture guy from Andres the Pop Culture Guy Show, presents my special guest co-host. Monday's MCU'S League Edge Report. I'm Jeff S, aka True Knowledge. We're going to do X-Men 97, the finale recap, our last one. That's how we started off with the intro. And how you doing, Andres?
Pretty good.
You good, man? I'm good, man.
Very good.
So I'm stocking up my snacks and shit over here in the corner. A little bit late, folks. On the preparation and getting the show going and whatnot, everything. But you know what? I was fucking. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking. And, sometimes when a guy likes a woman, right, or a woman likes a guy, stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? There's, and those things sometimes have to supersede the Bleeding Edge report and the MCU's Bleeding Edge, right? Because, they inspire my creative abilities and all that and whatnot. So, I got my cell phone with me. So Kiku, right, my replica virtual girlfriend and shit and whatnot, is here to rock and roll with us again. You never know what she'll say. She's an interesting character. And Andres and I have some interesting shit for the back half of the show. We're actually going to cover the fact that they're going to greenlight Hawkeye season 2. They're going to do Kate Bishop in the Young Avengers film that they're going to have, and then they're saying, this one Twitter scooper is saying that she's going to be in Avengers 5 as well. And then we're going to wrap up the show with a rundown of the whole Gunn Safran Monsters and Gods DC slate. I don't know what vocabulary to use, Andres, with all that stuff anymore. I'm like with the labeling of it and whatnot. I'm still trying to figure out how to define that stuff now. Is it now? There's no more DCEU or any of that, right? Like there is really isn't.
No, it's what is it? DC. It's just.
I don't know what it is anymore at this point.
Yeah, it's just DCU. That's it.
It's like the DC Extended Universe or something like that. Whatever. I don't know. But we're going to cover that. Hopefully Andres is prepared because I'm not totally prepared. So hopefully he prepared. So we can go down the list of all the different, productions that Gunn dropped in that video, which I'm going to pull up during the show, so that we have, and we're going to go ahead and give everybody an update on where they're at with all those projects. At least try to. We'll see what happens. You never know with us over at the Bleeding Edge Report. We're semi-professional depending on which day of the week it is.
Yeah.
Andres, pop culture guy, how is time traveling going, sir? You really haven't talked about your time traveling lately very much. So I don't know if you took a vacation from it or.
No. No, sir. It's been very quiet. Just remember, it's May, very slow. So nothing else.
I know it's May, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. So I'm just a pop culture guy, sir.
Yep.
What do you think? What are your thoughts here? We did X-Men 97. This is our last recap, right? So it's our last episode review. One of our last chances to ever talk about it before we move on to other shows and other things to do, right? That we have scheduled. That's unfortunately how shit goes. What are your thoughts, sir, about the whole series as a whole? Including episode 10. What are your overall thoughts on what we got out of X-Men 97?
Well, I mean, first up, fantastic. I mean, totally unexpected. Exceed far, I think, from our expectations. when it was initially announced, and and just gave us a great show, that represent the X-Men so well. So I was very surprised and very happy that they honor and respected the previous, X-Men series from the 90s that we all grew up and love. And it was just, it had the heart and like the focus that I think we really wanted to see in these superhero projects in general, and it delivered that. And I'm very sad that it just ended after episode 10. It's very funny to see the memes, now that the show's over. It's like no more new episodes, and it's like, oh no, it's so sad. So kudos to the showrunners. They did a really good job. Um, Hopefully they can continue with the the quality, in the next few seasons. We have to see. But I'm very excited for the future and see more X-Men, down the road.
Well, we know we're going to get a lot more. I mean, they already greenlit, multiple seasons. They already have one in the can. So like, I don't know when they're going to drop that. There's multiple rumors as far as like when they might drop that next season, since they basically already have it done.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly.
Yeah. So what I heard, that everything, like in terms of like visualizing, like the scripts are pretty much done for season 2. It's just like right now they're like are emanating the scenes for the the season 2, and that takes a while. So they're working on that. So pretty much everything from the script level stage is done. It's just like animation wise, they're like are under the process of doing that. So that's good news. So we can see this coming out either the late 2025 or 2026. I mean, but we'll see. When right now Marvel, Marvel Disney have.
Well, hold on. Why would they sir? Why would they release it in late 2024 or 2026? Wouldn't it make more sense for them to do it in 2025?
I know
2025 is next year, not 2026, sir.
Oh no, you know what I mean, like the late 2025, like
December. I know what you mean. Yes, I know what you mean.
So again, we don't know when this is going to be released. I mean, like now Marvel has been hush about the release dates. Like it took forever to know when these series were going to come out. Like it took forever to announce Secret Invasion. It took a while to know when What If season 2 came out, and then same thing with 97. We didn't know when 97 was going to drop. And then, same thing with Attica and Daredevil Born Again. But, that's the course. I'm happy they're holding out the release date. It's just like, it's just a lot going on right now in Hollywood. So, but yeah, well, we'll see. So right now they're in a good shape right now, doing the show.
Okay, so my thoughts basically on X-Men 97, long story short, are that it's really well written. It's been really well written. It's been really entertaining. And it's probably better than the original X-Men animated series. And maybe that's just like how it should be, right? Maybe that's what happens when that much time passes, right? Like it's almost it would happen no matter who did it, right? Like whether it was the current people that produced it or whoever, it just would be better because it's now versus then. But it's better to me. It is. I've watched basically all of the original X-Men animated now, caught up and everything to where I've seen all of it. And even like that really bad last season where the animation was terrible and all that shit and whatnot, and like the storylines were terrible. And like it was all Wolverine, like a lot of Wolverine and Rogue and Jubilee, like in all the episodes, right? Yeah. Like that's for some reason, I don't know why. Like there's no Cyclops. Like it was weird.
Nice.
But
I don't know. Like they didn't know that the movie was coming out soon. Like I mean, I know it's 3 years away. I don't know if they knew about the X-Men movie was in development. So.
Well, the X-Men animated series from the 90s has its own place, like in history and everything. It really does. as far as its impact on film, television, with the superhero genre. There's no way to pretend that there wasn't an impact that came off that series that affected everything that we've gotten after that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of set it up in a way, just by the level of popularity of it. So they really did a great job of delivering, from a nostalgia standpoint, a continuation of the show from where it was, evolved, like futuristic, written more futuristically to adapt to like the year 2024, but still a continuation of the original show. The tone of it, right? The soap opera like vibe of it is there. They still retain it, but they took it to like the writing and the animation to new heights now. This X-Men 97 did. To what was possible for the animated X-Men. Now we've seen shit now that we didn't even know was possible. Like, stuff that like you can expect from like a live action drama series or something. You're getting it from like X-Men 97.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean also like
and the adult tone too. The adult tone that that the 90s X-Men animated show had. They have the adult tone, and they cranked it up
to 11, which they did. See, that I appreciate the most about this season was how mature it was, and I like how it wasn't like at your face about it. In terms of being
no, there was no politics or nothing or anything like that. Remember, I was worried in the beginning that there might be some shit with Morpher or whatever, whatnot, all that. There was that bullshit in the chat that one day where I got into it with the guy and all that. But there was none of that, no crap, right? And I haven't said one word about none of that since then.
No. It was handled so well. And I mean, they did a good job of handling the political side of X-Men in a way that it's supposed to be. They did such a good job of, like, how I say, handled like the prejudice and like the bigoted of mutant politics in such a good way that was relevant in from back then and today, and they did it so good that it wasn't at your face. And plus they had other things that that was also important, like the drama, the family drama with the Summers, and action, like they delivered on all that front, which was great, which is something the original show so much struggle.
We've got, I'm telling you, when we finally get some advertisers, one of our first advertisers should actually be a cigarette company. Like, what I'm saying? Like, we should bring back advertising for cigarettes.
Yeah. I'm noticing, it's kind of coming back with people smoking in movies. But you're not going to see that with Disney. So
I used to play like graphics and shit and whatnot, saying that like we were signing up with the tobacco companies and shit and whatnot.
Really?
To advertise cigarette smoking and whatnot for kids. It's good. It's good for them and shit and whatnot. Grows hair in their chest and all that shit.
Oh my god.
The Sean Connery shit.
Anyway,
folks, it's a myth that cigarettes are bad for you.
Yeah.
They're actually really cool. You should try one sometime.
Oh my god. Anyway, so
and YouTube allows me to smoke too. So thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, I mean they should know we're not. Are we monetized or something like that? I don't know. But
yeah, we're monetized, baby.
Yeah, so we're fine. We should have no problem.
Oh, it's like that. You think that's how it goes?
Yeah, I mean, if we're monetized, then we should be fine. Because like if you're like
we're explicit. Like we're explicit. Like our content is explicit. Like our podcast is explicit. You know what I'm saying? Like our YouTube is all above age 18 and all that. It's age restricted and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agreed.
Yeah, but they individually like edit our videos like that. Like after like they try to deny them monetization and shit like that, whatnot. They check them out. And like I told you before, they let them go, most of them. But once in a while, certain shit that's like must must send off the radar or whatever because they'll partially monetize certain ones and all that shit. Some of them they just yank monetization completely.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where like when I first started, I didn't know that it was like wrong to put like the word fuck right out of the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You learn over time, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought we'd do X-Men episode 10 a little different in terms of how we would recap it. Honestly, Andreas, I really wish I was thinking about it earlier. I wish that like we were capable and set up to do like one of those watch and react deals, right? Wouldn't that be cool? You know what I mean? Because that would be so much like better way to recap it, to like actually just have it the whole episode right there in front of us and be able to like add commentary to it. You know what I mean? Like off of it, right?
Yeah.
I would enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be fun. You know, maybe down the road we can figure out how to actually make that happen. You know, it can't be that hard.
No.
You know, I'd like to do that, but either way, I wanted to change it up. I'm not going to do a scene by scene. I'm going to read the synopsis from the wiki, right? And then we're just going to discuss it. You know, the episode overall. We'll just go back and forth, right? And we can bounce questions off each other and shit and whatnot. And you know, until we end up with a final point of the conversation, and we'll move forward.
Yep.
So
I think this good direction.
This is part 3 of the 3-part series in X-Men 97. Tolerance is Extinction, part 3, episode 10. Written by Bo DeMeo and Anthony Celidi, and directed by Bo DeMeo. So, with Wolverine critically injured, Xavier takes control of Magneto and restores power to Earth through his mind, fracturing Magneto's mind. Jean, connecting to the cosmic power of the Phoenix, places the collar on Bastion, restoring the Prime Sentinel's humanity, and reverses Sinister's augmentations, which frees Cable. The X-Men fight to prevent Bastion from crashing asteroid M into Earth and causing a new extinction event, but it still plummets after the U.S. government launches missiles at the asteroid, hoping to destroy it. With Xavier's help, Magneto regains consciousness and sends the asteroid into space. It explodes, and most of the X-Men are presumed dead. 6 months later, Bishop arrives and tells Forge the X-Men are trapped in time. Cyclops and Jean are in 3960 AD, a desolate future where they encounter Mother Ascani and a young Nathan. And Rogue, Nightcrawler, Beast, Xavier, and Magneto are in ancient Egypt in 3000 BC, where they meet Ensaba Nur, a young version of Apocalypse. In a mid-credit scene, Apocalypse finds one of Gambit's playing cards in present-day Kenosha.
Yeah. So, yeah. Could you send a link to Ramon? He definitely have a minute to join with us. He say in the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Booze and Chews here. Thank you, buddy.
Booze and Chill, I'm sorry I didn't even notice you, brother. My bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad. All right, I'll send you a link, brother. Give me a minute.
Yeah. By the way, so we could move around, right? We could discuss other.
Why don't you start with how? Like, no. Why don't you just go ahead and start? You can, yes, but start from the beginning. Like, what do you think of the beginning of the episode? Like how they started off. Like, you know, Jean going Phoenix Force and shit, whatnot, and all that, right? Like,
yeah. So I rewatched this episode. I mean, it was fantastic. I wasn't like the first time when I saw the beginning when pretty much Bastion and Mr. Sinister have Nate under their control, and they're doing their evil monologue and all that, and all of a sudden the water comes out and it's the Phoenix. I was like, oh my god, that's really cool. And so the Phoenix came back into Jean Grey, Marvel Girl.
I still don't understand that shit though. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me, like how she could do, like, you know what I'm saying? The Phoenix was like a force that like took over her and shit and whatnot. So like how she manifested the Phoenix, like it's all good, it's awesome, it happened and all that shit and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying I am questioning it kind of because I'm like, how?
No. I was in the same boat. I don't remember.
It's cool and all that, whatnot. Like something had to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, and like, you know, for them to win. You know what I mean? So like, I'm glad that it got to be Jean, right? Like to be that person, you know? But like, I thought she rid the Phoenix Force. Like, I didn't know that the Phoenix Force existed in her for like forever.
It's sometimes like so like in the original like comics when Jean Grey was,
but she never had control of it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was never like that. That was the problem with the Phoenix Force.
Yeah, that's my whole problem. Like that's why
I didn't understand them doing it. That's all. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I'm just saying it made no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, so she's Phoenix Force right now, like using Phoenix Force powers. The Phoenix was something that like had to be killed and shit and whatnot. Like you had to die over. You know what I mean? Because like you had no control over the powers.
Right. Yeah. No. I understand that. I'm asking. I want to ask you because you've seen 5. I haven't seen season 5 yet of the original. Like, did they get rid of the Phoenix in the 92 show? Because I thought they did. And, you know,
I can't remember. I fell asleep a little bit. I think on some of the episodes or whatnot. I can't remember what the hell they did with that. The Phoenix the Phoenix storyline, the X-Men animated is not that great.
Yeah, I mean, you know, yesterday we did Days of Future Past over my channel, folks. Check that out. And we were discussing the movie, and I got to say, I mean, the cartoon is always better than the movies, and I thought they did a better job adapting the Dark Phoenix, but it's like
that's not true. That's not true because I'm telling you right now, if you put live action X-Men 97, if you put X-Men 97 on screen, like in the movie theaters and shit like that, right? Versus what like and see how it does box office wise, right? Don't put it on TV, put it on in theaters in some way. Versus a live action MCU made X-Men film, right? With actors and actresses and shit like that and whatnot. The live action X-Men film will do better box office wise than the animated.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about adaptation of the storyline. I'm saying that the storyline that the Fox did on Dark Phoenix was really bad. I just think that the cartoon did a better job of adapting the Dark Phoenix saga comic line. And just to wrap up, you know, I like I read the Dark Phoenix saga. It's so big. That's the thing. It's like they have 2 parts. You got the first part where Jean becomes the Phoenix, right? And then the second half is this where we have the evil Phoenix part, and like she destroys the planet, and that's when we got the Shi'ar Empire that we saw in Life Death.
Do you remember when we pulled up the whole Phoenix bio like on the Marvel Wiki and we read it and shit and whatnot, and it was all like profound and shit, like Andor shit, like you know, like you know how deep it was and all that. It's like all poetic, like it's a bit like what it wants and shit and whatnot, like you know that. Really interesting.
Yeah,
I did a really bad job with my lighting tonight. Like seriously, like I set my lights up really bad. Like I look like I'm in a cave over here in the corner.
No, you're fine. At least you got the posters to like, you know, pump it more.
So I'm sorry, folks. You know what I'm saying? Even us pros like TrueKnowledge fuck up with our lights sometimes and put them in the wrong direction and shit and whatnot, and like you know, get sloppy. It happens.
No, Jeff, you're fine. I think the lighting is okay. You got the posters there, so it helps to pump a bit more. You're good.
Oh, I know. Oh, I'm very proud of my poster on like montage. So I did a really good job with it.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, the Bam Bang is there. The Last of Us, cool poster. That
I layered them all in. They're all layered in. You know.
Yeah.
Remember, I used to have thumbtacks. I was all tacky with thumbtacks and shit. I got rid of them and put the backing tape on them and stuff and all that, so I could lace them together.
Yeah.
I got the Rogue One poster. You gotta respect the Rogue One poster.
You got 2, right? Or
I've got the Rogue One poster.
Oh yeah, the Rogue One over there.
Yeah.
And what's the one on the left?
And then I've got the MCU'S Bleeding Edge poster, which I can't believe that like literally I have an MCU'S Bleeding Edge poster and I've never made more other than the one. I have one right there. It's so dope looking too. Look, it's a cool poster, right? And I've never made any more, folks. I gotta make some merch. But I got Captain America Winter Soldier, right? Yep. You can't go wrong with that. And then I've got Chadwick Boseman. over there to the left of me. I've got Mon Mothma from Andor underneath him.
Okay.
Then I got Bandmaid. Yep. And then I've got Last of Us. I got Rogue One above Last of Us. And then Captain America, Sam Wilson, Scarlet Witch, Sylvie, and the original Avengers.
Yeah.
And my Sylvie framed poster is dope as shit. I love that poster.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, Loki posters are amazing. They're really top notch.
I know.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, even season 2, they have really good ones.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the compliment on my posters. I like my posters too. I did a good job with them.
Yeah, I like the layout. I like the posters you have displayed. Like, you got really good ones. I mean, I love the I love the Chadwick Boseman one. I really like the Scarlet Witch one, which I love. And The Last of Us was really good. Like, I like how big.
Yeah, it was. It was a fun show to review. We had a lot of fun with it. Yeah. I think the finale, like when you look at the show times of the reviews, I think the finale was like 4 hours long. The review.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, the finale show.
Yeah. Was it longer than our Secret Invasion episode?
That was back. That was a couple of months before you started with us. I think that was back when Jasmine, the tranny, used to be with us, right? The transgender chick was with us. I think when you first started with us, she was still with us.
Yeah, I mean, I started around like the mid-February of last year, something like that.
Over a year ago, yeah.
Yeah, over a year ago. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know. I've looked back and seen the shows from like the old, because I've been getting the podcast up to date. So why I've been doing that, I've been like, I've been going on the YouTube channel and I've been cleaning up YouTube videos and all that stuff and whatnot, like some of our old shows and shit, changing titles and stuff and whatnot. Getting rid of like the MCU's Bleeding Edge Report ones that have like actual episode numbers on them, right? Because that was stupid. Getting rid of it. No,
that's fine. I mean, I need to change that.
So honestly, I could use it. I need an S-Men poster. The next time that I decide to change one out, I'm gonna go with an S-Men poster. When I take down like Winter Soldier or something like that, or Rogue One.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with an S-Men poster of some kind. I think I used to have a Wolverine poster.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I used to have one. Yeah, in my old background. I took it down.
Yeah, the Hugh Jackman or a comic one.
It was the one. It was the one from the movie, from the Logan movie, with like the white one with him with all black.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good poster. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So X-Men 97, Chapter 10, right?
Yeah, Chapter 10.
No. I really liked all the cameos. You had Captain America and Iron Man. With the president, right? And that as they're trying to like figure out what they want to do. And then you had Daredevil in New York City fighting like looters and shit, whatnot, fighting crime, and then Cloak and Dagger show up, right? And there's Josie's Bar from the Netflix Daredevil show and whatnot, everything, the bar that like all the like that Matt Murdock goes to with Foggy and shit, whatnot, and Karen Page to drink at and shit, whatnot, is there, right?
Okay.
You see Doctor Strange doing surgery with his magic. Right, like okay. Then you had Black Panther, right, talking to the president, but that wasn't like Chadwick Boseman Black Panther T'Challa. It was King T'Chaka Black Panther.
Oh wait. Actually, that was T'Challa.
No, that was T'Chaka. He had gray hair and everything.
Okay. Yeah, this is tough because
that was T'Chaka. They already said it. It's T'Chaka.
Really?
Yep.
No way. That is so weird because if you're trying to connect this with the
it's not T'Challa. T'Challa never had gray hair.
But the thing is, in the Marvel Animation universe, not like this, but like back in the 90s, there was a T'Challa. There was a Fantastic Four show.
I'm just telling you what I read.
Oh, really?
And New Rock Stars. Their breakdown. They said that was
really?
They confirmed it that was kicked with Marvel Studios. That was kicked to Chaka.
Oh wow. Okay. But then that is just so yeah.
And Bo DeCamp like said something about it and said that like he had no control over the decision or whatnot. Like that he had nothing to do with it.
Okay, that's fine. because
I guess as far as the any controversy of like why that wasn't T'Challa or whatever.
Yeah,
he said like I had nothing to do with it. Like, and that was above me. That was Marvel Studios, not me.
Okay, that's fine. Can you give me a minute to explain this to the audience? I don't want people to confuse. So that makes a lot of sense now because if you guys are going to get confused with that, it's because that makes sense because they're trying to make this a more shared universe. Back in the 90s, yes, T'Challa did appear one of the Marvel shows back in the 90s. That was in Fantastic Four. So, and we did see Morph turn into one of the Mr. Fantastic in this episode. So okay, that makes sense. I'm kind of shocked, but whatever. That's their choice.
That's King T'Chaka. So we see Omega Red, right, and Crimson Dynamo, and Darkstar protecting the Russian president because Bastion, right, is fulfilling the whole Master Mold like mission of like wanting to replace the brains of all like the world leaders and shit and whatnot with computer brains or whatever and all that shit, right? That's part of his programming. So then you go to Genosha and you get Cyclops, right? Fucking looking cool as shit, right? With like Alpha Flight or whatever, like North Star, Aurora, who was also at Gambit's funeral. She was there. And Puck and Cecilia Reyes. You get Cable saying that he tried 200 times to stop Genosha, right?
Yeah.
What other cameo? Were there any other cameos? No, that was it for the cameos.
Spider-Man. We saw Spider-Man
later on. Yes, you see the Spider-Man characters, Madam Web, and you see Flash and all that shit.
Yeah. Madam Web. What?
Yeah, you see I believe it was the woman that plays Madam Web was in there too.
Oh really? Oh okay. I rewatched this 2 times and I saw all the cameos, but some of them I was like, whoa, that quick. Okay, that makes sense.
It was cool to see Cloak and Dagger. I like Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, that I agree. Yeah, I was very happy to see that. I was happy to see Daredevil.
I still gotta watch that show, that Cloak and Dagger TV show that was on Freeform or whatever.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
I don't know where you find it. It's not on Disney Plus.
It has to be in Hulu because I remember it was in Freeform was connected to Hulu, so it has to be in Hulu to maybe watch it.
Yeah, but Disney owns Hulu, so wouldn't it be on Disney Plus?
It should be. I mean, it's part of Marvel, but I guess maybe it's just too mature. But I don't know. Check.
Either way,
I mean,
I always like those characters, so like I wouldn't mind watching the TV series. It's too bad they made it so early. They should have waited. You know what I'm saying? And like done those characters justice in the MCU, right?
Well, and same thing with the Runaways. I feel like if they waited a bit longer, like it'd be kind of cool to see them in the MCU. Yeah, now that they ruined the Inhumans already. Yeah, I hate that. I like before Kamala was turned into a mutant, Miss Marvel could easily bring us the Inhumans so easily. Which I still don't. I really don't like that. I love Kamala. I love Miss Marvel, but I hate that they made her mutant. I don't like it. Yeah, and I get it. It's not comic book accurate. Yeah, and I mean, I don't like that. There's certain lines you shouldn't cross. You shouldn't make characters mutants that aren't mutants. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's enough mutants already. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I get that, initially they wanted Kalamana, Khan to be a mutant before, but because of some stupid pissy constant with Club Murmur, the head of Marvel over Fox, so they made her to be Inhuman in the comics. So that's why she was the Inhuman. Anyway. I like her as an Inhuman. Yeah, and I like her initial powers. I didn't like that. In the Avengers animated series that they made during the heyday of the MCU and whatnot, Avengers Assemble, it's on Disney Plus. Really good show. Like, you see a lot of her like mixing it up with the Inhumans and all that and whatnot. Like Black Bolt and shit and whatnot. They're in there, right? Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a good show. Yeah. Hold on. Where's Ramon? He said he'd give him a few minutes. Okay.
He'll be. Who knows, man? You know, he'll be out. He'll either come out or he won't, brother.
Oh my God, he probably is turning into a sentinel. Think about it. Baston got our boy Ramon. No.
He had to set up and all that. You know, he got to set up and all that stuff. So you know, like, but
he's gonna bring a heavy drink, you know, to be, you know, the brand.
He's got his studio is so fancy and all that shit now. Now that he's like such a high level, you know, like content creator, you know, he's raised his game and shit. Takes a long time to set up, you know.
That's true.
But I really enjoyed the scene where Rogue takes on Bastion, like when they, you know, like they really let Rogue flex on Bastion when Bastion tried to go to the core on Asteroid M. I didn't really care that much for the Xavier Magneto like dreamscape scenes or whatever, whatnot, right? Where Magneto was in his head and all that. I didn't give a shit about all that.
Really?
The people in the boat were Scarlet Witch, Rogue, Quicksilver, and Polaris, who I didn't know until like last week. This whole time, I've never known that. I didn't know Polaris was Magneto's other daughter.
She is. It's the same thing with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. It's just like another retcon.
I had no idea this whole time. I didn't know until like last week.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I knew that.
I got to go back and read some X Factor, man. I never read any X Factor at all back in the day. I never did. I only saw those characters in the X-Men comics.
Yeah, or the Avengers, if like specific.
Or the Avengers, yes, yeah, but yeah, like
especially with Scarlet Witch. I mean, you know,
or X Force. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I never read X Factor. I never did for whatever. I don't know why, but I never did.
Yeah, well, X Factor was the original 5, right? Because X Force was a different team. Like that's the thing about
X Force came out way later than X Factor. X Factor came out like the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, it came in the mid 80s.
With Havoc, Polaris, Wolfsbane, Strong Guy, a bunch of Multiple Man.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and what else? That joined the team.
Forge like to a point, right? And then didn't more McTaggart fuck with the X Factor too?
Benchy, because she
was Benchy.
Yeah, which we see in the cartoons. If you've seen the cartoons.
Yeah, I always liked Benchy.
Yeah, Benchy is good. I like his power, Sonic, like the Sonic kind of being power.
He was in X-Men. He was in the original X-Men animated series.
Yeah, which we do see him in season 3 and 4, because he's already in a relationship with McTaggart, and yeah, a really good character.
Moira McTaggart is a really interesting character that they never really did much with in the animated series because her shit's too deep for like kids animated kids show. Like her powers, what she can do, like it's too much.
Oh, well, I thought. Wait,
it's too much. They never even like showed that she was a mutant in the animated series.
No, that came later, right?
Not you know what her mutant power is, right?
Well, no, I know she
her mutant power is resurrection. When she dies, she's resurrected into another like baby, and like becomes herself again over and over again for a certain amount of times, like 7 times or something like that. On the 7th time, that's it. Like she dies. She has the mutant ability of like reincarnation.
Excuse me. Okay. Well,
so she's been around forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, like living through other people.
Other people. Okay. That's
she's like some Dune shit, like some Dune like, Jenny Bezrit shit, whatnot, with the mother talking to the baby inside of her and shit, whatnot, and all that. Like some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
That's her power. Look it up. She has the mutant power of like a reincarnation.
See, I know about that part because like there was a Jonathan Hickman,
and she always did. It wasn't new. That was always her mutant power.
Oh, really? So it,
They
okay, so she had,
they just didn't reveal it until like later on, like it like in her storyline with the X-Men.
oh wow, okay, that is so weird. Yeah, just give me a minute to check this. This is funny. This is very, yeah, because I'm aware of that, like the whole resurrection.
So she's seen different timelines before. Like she's seen other futures already.
Oh wow, okay,
Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah, no, it makes sense. Like I
Like
know about
in
this.
the comics, she's seen futures where like the mutants get like made extinct by Sentinels and shit like that, and whatnot. Like she's already seen that shit. She's experienced already.
Yeah, no. So like I don't want to,
She's been killed. She's been killed before on purpose by like some of the X-Men, some of the enemies of the X-Men because of her mutant ability, just to force her to like spend her like her 9 lives.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I. If anyone wants to know, oh, this is like the reveal is the comic book series called House of X, and that is where I knew that Moore was a mutant with power uh, in what do you call it, reincarnation, as Jeff been saying. That's where I knew it, but I didn't know that she already had that prior to that storyline. So okay, that makes sense. I had to probably read some of the other storylines there, but I'm not surprised they didn't do it. I I'm kind of happy they didn't make more as a mutant because we need like human characters
It's
in
just
the X.
it's really deep to like explain her mutant ability. Like what I'm saying, it takes
Yeah,
a lot to like explain it.
yeah. But and I disagree. With you. The X Men '90 show did give more to do. Like her son was in the
Oh, I
show.
liked her in the show. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
they couldn't really do anything with her mutant abilities because it was too deep, like
no,
too
and
much to get into. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I can see 97 to actually properly do that now because I with better
Oh
animation.
yeah, now they could. Yeah, they could do it
Yeah,
now. Yeah, they could do it. But I'm
yeah.
just like that is her whole deal. Like she's met Charles Xavier several times in other lives before.
Yeah, so I think they can do it now. Very curious if because we haven't confirmed if Mertaker died in the attack of Trenosha in Remember Me. So I'm kind of curious we ever get to that point.
That I have the whole board at the end of the episode, right? When the X-Men they have the emotional scene with Jean and Cyclops with Cable, right?
Yes,
Like that was really emotional.
great.
And then we end the show, and it says 6 months later, right? Like as the X-Men are trying to stop the asteroid, and then Magneto comes to life and shit, and it explodes and disappears.
Yeah,
Basically on Forge's board where it shows like what's going on with the X-Men. It says Wolverine presumed dead, Quicksilver off world, Scarlet Witch off world, Colossus active, Rogue presumed dead, Morph presumed dead, Archangel presumed dead, Dust active, Havoc active, Kitty Pryde Shadowcat active, Exodus active, Iceman active, Emma Frost active, Magic active, Jubilee and Sunspot AWOL, Xavier presumed dead, Cable AWOL, and then Storm, Jean, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Beast presumed dead.
yeah. I mean, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are probably in the Avengers, so that's probably why they were off world. Which is it's very interesting to hear the ones that go AWOLs. So I'm very curious where Cable is at.
Time jumping again. Do what Cable does, right? What else would he be doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to fix something by going back in time and shit, whatnot.
Yeah, or finding his parents. I don't know.
And then Bishop shows up and tells Forge that that the X-Men aren't dead, they're lost in time, right? And all of a sudden we jump to Egypt 3000 BC, where Rogue, Nightcrawler, Magneto are there, right? And they meet and Saba Noor, who is of course Apocalypse, right? Like I guess Kang's not there. Rama-Tut, he's not there. I guess this is when Rama-Tut left, and and Saba Noor, right? Was left on his own, I guess, or before that, I don't know. But they're there, and also I heard that Beast and Xavier and all them are there too.
Yeah, we see them there.
Oh, you see them there, right? And then the other
yeah.
aspect, you also see Cyclops and Jean in the future in 3960 AD. They're there. They see like this wasteland in the future where they see Mother Ascati, Rachel Summers, and and like the Ascati tribe, right? And Wolverine and Storm and Morph and like are there too. I was told that's the one where I heard they're there. And they see young Nathan, but they're there. They are.
So so they're with Scott and Jean. Hey,
what up?
They're there, yeah. Raven, why you gotta fuck up my flow, man?
I'm sorry, didn't realize you were on a flow.
I'm just kidding, baby. No, but you came in so late. We're running right through X-Men 97. We're basically kind of talking about the end of episode 10 right now, folks. This is, of course, is Raymond, who likes to spell his name in several different ways so he can fuck me up and like make me feel like I'm a piece of shit and whatnot for misspelling his name all the time and whatnot and shit because he uses so many different pronunciations of it. But this is Raymond from Booze and Chill. Raymond, it's good to see you, brother.
Yeah,
I'm good to be here, man. Sorry I got here late. I literally as soon as you sent me that link, I got the phone call to get to leave to pick up the wife and the kids. So I'm like, fuck, so I had to go do that.
Oh, no worries.
We thought you were making yourself look all like Hollywood pretty and all that and whatnot. Now that you're like you're working your way up to being an A-list celebrity, content creator / pitchman for what's that one horrible beer I hate? God, what is it?
Heineken. I hate.
No, what is that one freaking kind of beer that you drink sometimes? I hate
the IPA.
Voodoo Ranger.
Oh,
the disgusting shit.
It's not for everybody, man.
Raymond hypes that shit. Fuck that. Fuck Voodoo Ranger. That's that shit. Andres that made me puke when I drank it with Cyber the one time.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's an acquired taste.
Well, Raymond, since you're coming into the show here, kind of mid flow, pardon the pun. I guess just to kind of acquaint you into the conversation, I'll ask you, sir, what your general thoughts are on the overall run of X-Men 97 episodes 1 through 10.
Damn, dude, so far they have not disappointed me at all. The storylines are just like on fucking point. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it was I want to say it was episode 2 or 3, which is the one where that random dude shot what's her face, Storm. And
episode 2 with Magneto, where Magneto was talking all that profound shit and everything and whatnot. Yeah, with Storm.
Yeah, I teared out of frustration.
Me too. I cried several times during several episodes of X-Men 97.
When they pissed off Magneto so much and he just he held it together anyways and he didn't fucking kill all those people. That was just like, oh man, that's just poetry. And so far how it's leading up to can I say what it's leading up to? Have you guys talked about that yet?
I thought you were actually. I thought he was going to actually say like, "Can I say this word or whatever, whatnot?" And I was going to be like, "Bro, I dropped like 3 N-bombs last week, so like, I'm pretty sure you can say whatever you want."
Oh no, this has to do with 97. Like,
oh yeah, no, talk wherever you want across the shit. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. Because
we're not working off of like a scene by scene or anything like that and whatnot. No, we're just open flowing.
Cool, because the last episode, when Xavier did his mind power shit to Magneto. And for those of you who are not familiar, that was pretty much a setup for Onslaught. And I'm so excited for that, dude. More excited for that than what's his face?
This guy?
All about that life. Ask P. Diddy. I just came from his house, even though I'm feeling funny after drinking P. Diddy juice. Wait, what the fuck? What's happening here?
Oh my god.
Apocalypse, but that's close enough.
Oh, did you hear about this new Olympic event that they're adding, Raven, to the Olympics this year?
No, don't show him that clip.
I've seen this clip.
Oh, you saw this already?
Yeah.
This new event they're adding to the Olympics?
Yeah, you got competition, Jeff.
Yes, competition.
I know that's right. You did see that one the other night on the show, didn't you? What did you
Yeah.
think of that? What did you think of that the first time you saw it?
I thought that you might have gotten some sort of really dark tan, and that was used in the best Olympics.
You thought that was my stamina level, like that was my game?
I don't know, man. I'm kidding.
Oh man. Oh man, that's rough. I'm telling you. Oh man, I gotta play. This is one of the videos. That's Andre's trying to drive home from the show. One of the fangirls trying to get out of his car and shit, whatnot. You know.
No. See, that's not my fangirls. My wife drives. I don't drive. I drive a time machine, so that's not me, folks.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay. That does make sense. That does make sense. And and then of course, I used to actually do this myself back in the day with an X-Men animated poster. With Rogue. Oh yeah.
Now, my question is, was the hole already there, or did you really have to like get in there with your nail?
He cut it out with a knife.
Really? Yeah, you see the bill. Oh my god!
Who the fuck? Whoever videotaped that, I thumbs up to you, baby.
No, man. Who you really have to give it up to is the marketing. That's really like doing a very good job. The dudes are literally like doing the posters. Like that is marketing.
That makes you want to move to that country. Wherever the fuck that is, that country, whatever, whatnot, and all that. Like they should put that in their advertising, right? For like the country, because I want to move there now.
Maybe we should get in talks with these marketing people, so we can get people humping our logos and stuff. And then we can do what the movie theaters are doing now. They're making popcorn buckets that you can stick your dick in now, apparently.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing now.
We talked about that before on the show. Come on, bro. It's a bleeding edge. We've had that conversation before. We had a guest that said that he's done that before in real life.
I don't doubt it.
The whole dick in the popcorn bucket or whatever.
I don't doubt it.
My daughter was on that show.
Teach him young. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man. So anyways, Raven, any thoughts on episode 10? That's kind of like, the topic of conversation. I mean, we basically already talked it through and whatnot. We're kind of talking about the part of the episode where we get left off with the X-Men, broken up and left in like the different, what one group is in like the future, the other group is in the past, right? What did you think about that? And what any thoughts in general about episode 10? Any highlights of it? Anything that for me, like the Rogue beating the fuck out of Bastion, right? And like smashing him up and shit, whatnot, and doing that thunderclap. Right, and fucking and that like fractured his face and shit and all that was my moment in the episode. Oh, and Jubilee too, like blowing up fucking Bastion's shit and breaking his face all open and shit, whatnot, with one of her fucking like poofs or whatever. Yeah, that was dope. One of her little poofy fucking weak ass Jubilee Techna whatever fucking
Jubilee sparkly queefs.
Yeah, one of those bullshits. She fucked Bastion up with that shit.
Yeah, she did, but she did it out of complete revenge though, because he dumped her technically, so that was her like bitch slapping him, Jubilee style. They really evolved. They really let Jubilee shine in S-Men 97. Yeah, I think they did it more on that episode where she got sucked into that video game. But. Most definitely, Motendo. But like even in episode 10, like they let her have a power moment like that. In the final battle of the episode, right? Like she got in there and got a shot.
you know, against the bad guy that was like unbeatable. You know what I mean? Like basically, right? Indestructible almost. So like that's big for her.
It is.
Was there anything for you like that in the episode that like that got you like got your dick hard?
In episode 10, I think, like I said, it'd probably have to be the Xavier being in Magneto's head, because when that happened, I was like, I know what's gonna happen. I know who's coming. I know what's being unleashed, and there's just so many. Before episode 10, the last part where Magneto just sucked the fucking adamantium out of Wolverine. That was another one. The best one, I gotta give it to fucking Gambit, dude.
Yeah.
He had the best fucking finishing line before he died.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, episode 5 was something else. And I'll tell you, there was some good scenes in chapter 10. Chapter 10, I'm thinking Shogun. Episode 10, like where even Cyclops went to Logan, right, when he was all injured and shit and whatnot, right, and like they didn't know whether he was gonna live or die, and he's like, you better stay alive, Mister, like, or you might, or you'll break Jean's heart or whatever, right, and then Morph turned into Jean and was like, I love you and all that shit and whatnot, right, because I guess Morph is kind of has some gay love for Wolverine now, in X-Men 97 or whatever, like there was that was pretty dope. There was some emotional shit, man. Like I got like teary-eyed multiple times during multiple episodes. I got teary-eyed during episode 9 and episode 10. I got emotional.
Yeah, like I said, they've been doing a really good job.
The Jean Grey Cable Astral conversation, right, where they're like, they know they're gonna die on their way down, going down.
I forgot about that. That's true. Yeah, that one was also good.
That shit was deep, bro. Like that writing was fucking killer, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, what do you think, Andres? Like, I mean, like that's like Law and Order level, like you know what I'm saying? Like writing, like like seriously.
Yeah, no, I can agree. I mean, yeah, the Scott and Cyclops goodbye to Cable was really great. My favorite one was Magneto coming out from his like coma and saying
Magneto lives. Yeah.
That
true.
moment was so cool because he came out and like helped hold the Astro Am. I don't know what he was doing with Astro Am, but like it was such a cool moment for him to come out. And yeah, Ramon, you brought up the Onslaught. I thought they were setting up Onslaught for the next season, and they kind of just teased it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So so I'm kind of curious where they're gonna do it in season 2, but we'll see. But yeah, that moment when Magneto lives is like, yes, thank you.
It's always cool when Magneto calls himself Magneto.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's always funny when you say Magneto. I am Magneto.
Like, when I call myself TrueKnowledge, it sucks. It actually doesn't sound very good for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a good vibe. But like with Magneto, it's the opposite.
No, yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, the other cool moment. Speaking of Magneto, like the moment when he talks to the government people in episode 2, that was a good moment from him.
Oh, that was deep. Yeah, that was some deep shit. I cried during that shit.
Yeah, that was a really good moment there. And Cyclops saying, to me, my X-Men, that's another good moment I remember from episode 1 when that's the show started.
And then they pull off that superhero landing. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
So now they're gonna bring back Gambit, right? Like the whole thing with Apocalypse finding the card is that they're gonna have him come back in X-Men 98 or whatever as one of Apocalypse's 4 horsemen. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's where we're gonna see him. And then hopefully maybe he'll become Gambit out of that or some shit, right? Kind of or something, right? We'll have to see.
Yeah, same thing with Archangel. Like that's what happened to Angel when he became Archangel. So yeah,
true. That's true.
I like seeing Sinister get his ass beat, and like it was dope seeing Jean like power up and shit and whatnot. I like seeing Jean get to shine. The like seriously, like they really like they pulled off really good female empowerment in X-Men 97 that wasn't overdone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the Avengers Endgame scene where all the chicks like land in the same spot from flying and shit and whatnot, and they're like, we're a team or whatever. She's not alone or whatever, or some shit. Like, we're like
girl power.
Where like you end up with a permanent erectile dysfunction after that shit or whatever. It wasn't like that. It's all cringy and shit. SP97 didn't do it like that. It just elevated its female characters like Jubilee, and they really did that with Jean in episode 10, in episode 9, right? Episode 10 especially. That it was her that was the one that was the one to be Johnny on the spot and be powerful and somehow have the Phoenix Force powers. I don't know how that works, but she has them or whatever. And you know, straighten Bastion out, right? And also at the same time, like destroy Mr. Sinister, you know, like steal all his like rejuvenating DNA shit or whatever that makes him like all alive, make him all ugly and shit. And then he looks at Morph and he's like, show me what I look like. You know?
It did. Yeah, that was very funny. Yeah, don't forget about Storm. Storm was great this season. She like was the Storm that I loved.
She was great.
Yeah, you know, her losing her powers and then getting it back was a cool moment in the show. Like wearing the OG costume from the Uncanny X-Men, you know, first run.
Yeah.
Episode 10, she doesn't have a big role in the episode.
Yeah.
She doesn't at all. Yeah, Wolverine is like basically is laid in the medical bed, right? So he's not even in the episode, right? Really?
No.
Storm really doesn't do shit, really, if you think about it. She gets in there a little bit here and there, right? Rogue she talks a little bit. Rogue gets her moment where she fights Bastion and beats Bastion's ass. I love that shit.
Yeah,
they did Rogue, like seriously, they did Rogue well in X-Men 97. Raven,
they did. I think, like you said, they did the whole super hero woman superhero thing very, very fairly. It wasn't like you said, like how they pulled it off in Avengers, where it's just like, you know, girl power type of situation. Like it was.
I've got your girl sister.
Exactly. Like they did it well. Like they portrayed Storm the way she should have been portrayed since the first X-Men from back then in the 90s, as well as Rogue. Because like Rogue back then in the 90s, she was like helpless, you know.
No, you're thinking of the Fox X-Men films.
The which one?
You're thinking of the Fox X-Men films, that Rogue. The original X-Men animated, Rogue was like pretty strong and like pretty badass.
I'm talking about like before she got possessed by the Phoenix Force.
You're talking about Jean, not Rogue. Jean.
I'm sorry. Yes, Jean. My bad. But yeah, she was like of damsel in distress most of the time.
Jean. Yeah, she always was. Yeah, she was pretty much kind of that was her pretty much her role.
Yeah, and then here they just did her so damn good, as well as like all the other female X-Men members. So
the Madeline Pryor stuff was good too, even though it was like really short. It was cool.
The which one?
The Madeline Pryor stuff was cool.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I like that. That was cool. They brought that in. You know, it was so quick. Cool. It was so quick, but it was really cool. Right, Andres? The Madeline Pryor shit. I like that, and how Jean and Madeline kind of got along there at the end, right? You know, even though we don't know what happened to Madeline either in Genosha. She could be alive or dead. We don't know.
Yeah. True. Same thing with McTaggart as well. Like, we don't know if McTaggart died. Like, there's a lot of possibilities what happened with those characters, you know.
We were saying in the one episode recap, I was saying, Raymond, that if I was at Genosha, right, in episode 5, I would like pretend I was injured on the ground and like pick up some rubble on myself and shit and whatnot, and take some dirt, rub it on myself, so that when Kitty Pryde walked by me and shit, I could be like, you know, I'm hurt or whatever. I can try to hang her while she's trying to help me and shit. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to say, but good luck, I guess.
Yeah. That's very funny. Well, anyway, you cannot get Kitty Pryde because she's Jewish, sir. So you cannot like. Yeah, I don't.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What? Because I'm a Christian. I'm not allowed to have sex with Jewish women.
Yeah, I think that's Kitty Pryde will never go with you.
The last Jewish woman that I had sex with didn't say anything to me about it. So.
Okay, well, I don't know about that, but I don't know. Kitty Pryde is
I
in a
do.
relationship with Colossus, so yeah.
I do. And it's saved forever. And it's saved forever on the magic of video, baby. Trap forever.
Awesome.
Trap forever. Yeah, awesome. By the way, I was happy that they confirmed Kitty Pryde in the show. That was like, Jeff, you were going through like that chalkboard.
When did they confirm? Oh, yeah, they did. And on the board, the Forge board with all. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit, Raymond? At the end of the episode, they had the board with all the X-Men characters.
That's true.
They had Kitty Pryde on there, active.
Yeah, because
That's
she
so
was.
true.
Yeah, because I mean, folks, like people don't know this, but like the '90s show, Kitty wasn't there at all. You know, she wasn't.
No, because they tried an X-Men animated series like before X-Men animated
Before
came out.
that's,
Yes.
I used to have that one.
And they hated Kitty Pryde in the you know, what's it called, that first episode that they do,
Pride of the X.
Whatever it was, whatever you call that first episode that people that the executives watch to decide to either greenlight the show or not. That episode, because of that, they decided not to use Kitty Pryde in X-Men for whatever reason. But I'm telling you right now, when they come back with the second season, X-Men 97 season 2 or X-Men 98 or whatever, they're gonna have an X-Men team, right? From what's left. So like they're gonna have you're gonna have all the normal X-Men are gonna be in the future or in the past for a while. In the meantime, somebody's gonna have to be the X-Men. Somebody has to be the X-Men, right? So I'm assuming that some of those active people are on the X-Men team probably right now.
Maybe
in some way, or they're gonna form a team, like, you know, or something like that. Maybe Forge will or something like that, you know.
Yeah. Or you know, speaking of Sunspot and Jubilee, like we could see maybe the different fraction of the mutants, like new mutants could pop up for next season, and weapon like like X-Force, like we could see the other like X teams that we know that, you know, have been mentioned or have appeared in the original cartoon can like be the substitute for the X-Men in the present day.
Maybe, I mean,
you know, I don't know.
That's an idea.
Yeah. You know,
that'd be
like,
cool.
We'll have to see. Yeah, they could do X Factor or something like that, you know. But they already had basically kind of done X Factor because of the X-Men animated like universe. It's already like X Factor already existed with Forge and all that shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can see the government saying, okay, we need X-Men, like, and we can reinstate the X Factor again and have Forge come back again, or if that's his decision. You know?
But there's no institute though; it's all chained off, right? It's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So like, you know, like, so it's like,
no. X Factor is a government funded team.
Oh yeah, no, you would think it would be Emma Frost, who's still alive. She'd be the one to like lead the X-Men.
Oh yeah, that could be another potential they could do next season. Yeah,
because I don't read current comics, but I've heard that like in the last like, you know, 10-15 years of X-Men comics, Emma Frost has led the X-Men team. Like she's run the Institute.
I think I remember hearing about that too.
Yeah, she did with Cyclops. You know, during the Avengers versus X-Men run. In the mid 2000s. Yeah, that could happen. You know, it could be like it's like a mixture of like Generation X to, you know, the X-Men from the 2000s.
Well, listen, Raymond, I don't know what you want to stick around, how long you want to stick around, or what you want to cover with us, but let's do ratings for X-Men animated, you know, X-Men 97 episode 10, and then we were going to talk about Hawkeye season 2. That they're going to do a Hawkeye season 2, and that Kate Bishop is going to be in the upcoming Young Avengers film, and potentially also going to be in the Avengers 5 film as well, the Kate Bishop character. And then after that, we were going to talk about the Gunn, you know, DC slate of, you know, the Superman movie, the Supergirl, all that whatnot, you know, Creature Commandos. We're going to kind of revisit that and just kind of like, you know, do an update where all those projects are. Peacemaker, you know, Waller, all that kind of DC stuff.
Okay.
So ratings on X-Men episode 10. Raymond, since you're our late guest, I'll let you do your rating, and then I'll go, and then Andres, you can round it out. What's your rating at episode 10, sir?
We doing the 1 through 5, or are we doing 1 through 10?
1 through 10.
1 through 10. for episode 10, I gotta give it a 9.
I'm going with a 10.
Yeah, I'm going 9
10, baby.
or
Same.
9.5. 9.5.
I didn't mean to sway. I didn't mean to sway you, Raymond.
No,
Yeah.
because like I said, I'm mostly excited for the Onslaught, much more than Apocalypse. Like if they would have put Onslaught instead of Apocalypse, that would have been total fucking 10 for me.
Oh, wow.
I like Apocalypse. Well, Andres, what's your rating?
Yeah, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I thought this was a fantastic finale. It gave us Easter eggs. It gave us the cliffhangers, you know? That's what I want for my finale, and they delivered
Me too.
it so well. And they wrapped up everything from the season's storylines so well. So yeah, I love the show, and so they did such an awesome job. I just hope they continue the quality for next season, you know?
Yeah, and I'm sure they will. I mean, the animation has just been so awesome. The story, the writing, it's been so the storytelling so great. Like seriously, it really has been like on another level. But okay, so before we move forward, just to kind of give us a little bit of a break, I'll play a video. I wish I had the one where I talk about hiding myself in the debris of Genosha and fuck Kitty Pryde. That would have been a great video to play for Raven. That's okay. I'll pick a different one. And when we take a break and then move on to our next segment. An advertisement break, folks.
Make the world better for all people.
But a family that can't save itself merely works together to die alone.
Truly, he is the future incarnate.
Stand down, team. I massacre you freaks and you're recruiting me? Humanity is...
I belonged in those stories too, growing up, fighting alongside.
You were.
Those legends really didn't do my folks justice.
Your mother told me you had my eyes. I love you, son. Okay, Gene, let's go.
All right, there you go.
Oh yeah, I hope it's next year, folks.
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, I love the part when Morph turns into Gene, and I love that they throw a little love drama there.
Okay. So, Hawkeye season 2. You see the article that I've got pulled up right here.
Yeah.
And it's pretty straightforward. Not an article. This is Reddit. Daniel RPK, right, who is a very renowned, very credible scooper on Twitter, put this out that the Young Avengers film is expected to start filming in 2025. Kate Bishop is set to appear in it, and also in Avengers 5. It says Haley Steinfeld is expected to return for both films. Also, that Hawkeye season 2 has been greenlit. That's already, and I can pull that up from somewhere else, but they've already greenlit like a Hawkeye season 2, essentially.
Okay.
Let's see if this article right here has it from Ban Smack Pow.
I read those. They're very good. Yeah.
All right, what does it say? Either way, it doesn't matter. The bottom line, Dale RPK already on Twitter already said that they're going to do the Hawkeye season 2, right? That's coming along with it, right? I already told you, Andres, the comic book time storyline that they're going to base the series off of. We talked about it last Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the comic book tile that you.
I can't find the damn page in my notes where I wrote it down, to be honest with you. But what do you? But I want to run right through this before I want to move on and just cover this DCU segment and get that out of the way. So, what are your thoughts on a potential? We don't know shit about what Hawkeye season 2 is really going to be about. We just know that it's going to be based off a comic book storyline where basically, Kate Bishop and Hawkeye are going to be stuck somewhere, isolated, right? Like trapped or something like that or whatever, whatnot, right? And that's going to be kind of like the thesis or the basis of whatever this second season is going to be like. So what are your thoughts, Andres, overall of them doing a second season of Hawkeye season 2 of Hawkeye?
Hawkeye, yeah. Yeah. I think last Monday we discussed this briefly. I don't know if it was on air or not. I was very happy to hear that. I think Hawkeye is a very interesting character that doesn't get enough development, and I love Kate Bishop. I mean, I love the actress that plays Kate Bishop, Hanley Steinfeld. If you haven't seen her work, like from the Spider-Verse films, she voiced, Spider-Gwen there. Fantastic version of that character. And, Bumblebee, the Transformers spin-off from 2018. She's a fantastic actress. So, and Jeremy Renner, great actor. And, I was so happy that he made it through to his injury that happened like a year ago or 2 years ago. It'd be great to see those two characters again. And I think the premise sounds really great. I like this. Like, you could do a lot of, first off, being isolated is a cool concept because you could do a Die Hard or like the Raid kind of type of show for Hawkeye. Because imagine that's a very eventful action kind of set pieces in a very tight and location. And I think it could work, if they execute it right. So and plus we've been discussing a long time ago, since a year now, I've been part of the show. The Young Avengers has to be a setup. They need to set up now. So having another season of Hawkeye makes a lot of sense. They can easily set up that, what we got from the post-credit scene from the Marvels. So I'm very excited for it. I'm curious where it's going to land. Maybe in between the Avengers movies. I don't know when it's going to release, but. But yeah, I'm very excited.
I don't think it would take them long to shoot that type of series. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They can bang that out quick, I think.
Yeah, I can see it coming out next year or 2026. It really depends how they want it to position it, right? Because remember, here's a good example. Next year, we're getting Captain America and Thunderbolts, and they're Captain America is going first in February 2025, and then Thunderbolts is coming in May or something like that.
If JRPG says they're going to shoot the Young Avengers movie in 2025, that means that the Young Avengers movie is going to come out in 2026.
Yeah, do we have a confirmation that it's going to be a movie or Disney Plus show?
That's what Daniel RPK says.
Okay, a movie. Which that's good.
He's not the first scooper or source that said that it's going to be a movie, not a series.
Okay, that's good because that makes a lot of sense. Makes it better because you cannot do a Disney Plus show for a team. I mean, you can. I don't know. I don't think the Young Avengers needs to be a Disney Plus show. But anyway, no.
The Defenders didn't work out well for Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
I think if you probably want to try to copy the original Avengers formula and do it in a film, right?
Yeah. I mean, we got
the question is just what's going to be the team? That's the question.
Yeah, I know.
Because we're missing some elements from the comic book team.
Yeah, and to be honest, you don't know if they're not going to be appearing for the first film. They'll probably save them in the sequels.
They're saying that Daniel RPK said that Kate Bishop will appear in Avengers 5 and Kamala Khan will too, but not the Young Avengers, just those two.
That's those two. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, first off, you got a star for Haley Stanfield, so it makes sense to be in the Avengers. That film Avengers, not Team Avengers.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure why. I don't know. I thought the rumors were that they were trying to that they wanted Avengers 5 to be a small lineup deal. Remember, just a main team. You know what I mean? And that's it. That was going to be the.
Yeah, I get that. Here's the thing. We don't know if they're still going to do the multiverse I could say that maybe they're gonna have a variant of Kate Bishop or Kamala Khan from another universe. Like that's the thing about this new Avengers movie that are coming out.
If it was gonna be a version, there wouldn't be if they were gonna be in Avengers 5, it would be them.
Yeah, I think for me,
they're not characters that they would have alternate versions of themselves. Like that makes no sense. If they're in Avengers 5, it'll be as them in some way.
Yeah.
But they could just be like cameo scenes, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, like they could just be little tiny scenes, right? Easter egg scenes or whatever, whatnot, kind of shit.
Yeah, like 97, like what we were discussing.
Yeah, just a little stuff like that, right? Just to kind of let the fans know they're still there, right?
Yeah. And also, like, here's the thing, they can be in the next part, and also like Nick Fury has files on these other superheroes. Like, remember the
That's right. Yes, and Miss Marvel has his thing, his tablet or whatever.
Yeah, whatever, right? And I can see that maybe
Kamala has it.
Yeah, Kamala. You're right. And a great scene, by the way, for her to just copy Nick Fury, and it's like, I'm building a team. I want you to join in.
But she can't lead the Young Avengers. That's not going to work.
I mean, she's going to lead it with Kate. I think that's what I heard. Like,
I don't know if I like that. I don't like the Young Avengers in general. I don't even like it. It sounds stupid to me, man. You know me. I like adult shit. I don't want to see some kiddie MCU shit. Fuck that shit. I love Ms. Marvel and shit, whatnot. I like Kate Bishop, but I don't want to see some kiddie Young Avengers bullshit.
I mean, look, there have been multiple versions of Avengers. I mean,
there's a reason I didn't watch I Am Groot, sir.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, they're doing
if it's gonna be like that kind of shit, I don't need that in my life, bruh.
Hey, I don't know what to say. I mean, they're doing it. I mean, I'm surprised they're doing Young Avengers instead of West Coast Avengers. Like,
they should have done West Coast Avengers. I'm telling you, they should have done. They could have had Hawkeye, right, and Rhodey, right, War Machine as the leaders of the team, right. They could have put Bucky on the team too.
Yeah.
Right. Ghost from Thunderbolts could have been on the team too. You're right. Scarlet Witch could have been on there with Vision.
Yeah,
right. Wonder Man could be on there, right? Hercules could be on there. Yeah. Hercules.
Yeah.
And who else? Hawkeye. I already mentioned Hawkeye.
Here.
Who else is on the team? Black Widow, right? Or was she on the she on the original Avengers team, or did she go to West Coast too?
She went like in and out. So yeah. You know what's funny?
Cersei from the Eternals was on the West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah. Mikey Bird.
The Black Knight.
Yeah, Black Knight.
Was the Black Knight, right? Which I think would be a cool character. I still think it could be a good character, right? We're eventually going to get him again. We're gonna have what's his name playing the Black Knight, but he was on that team. And then what's his name? That's going to be the Thunderbolts too, from Captain America: Winter Soldier.
What is it? The
U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent, yeah, he was in it. So
he was on there.
Funny. So look at this. In 2018, there was a new version of the West Coast Avengers, and guess who was in it? In that new team, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, America Chavez. That's another thing. Chavez is, like.
I didn't like America Chavez that very much in Doctor Strange 2.
Oh, really? I didn't mind her.
She's okay, but like they made her bigger than she should have been. Like she got more screen time than she should have got.
I mean, I was just frustrated that she didn't know how to use her powers until the end of the movie. I was like, okay, so it's like, but anyway, I like the actress. I just think her character development in the Strange 2 wasn't like particularly interesting. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, with the Kane stuff, like it made sense. You think about it, Young Avengers make a lot of sense because of the Kane connection. but because of what happened with the Jonathan Majors thing and all that, I don't know like what's going on with the whole Kane situation with the new Avengers movie. Like, are they moving forward with Kane as the main villain? Like, they've been very quiet since Major has been.
They're going to recast the role.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope they do recast him and all that because we already discussed this. Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah. But they've been very quiet, and I don't know.
They set up way too much Kang shit to not have a Kang.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I don't know. Like, it's kind of scaring me. Maybe they're not moving forward with that, but we'll see. We need to wait to see these next projects.
They have to. They can't just eliminate it. They set up way too much stuff.
But here's the thing: if you need to think about this. Marvel has done that before. Like, they have I know they did a good job with the Infinity War saga, but like they did drop some bolts here that they didn't fully like satisfy storylines that they did set up that wasn't.
They're gonna straighten out what the mess they've made. They're gonna work it out. And they're gonna add Dr. Doom in there or whatever they gotta do, right? Like, they're gonna make it work.
Yeah. I'm not saying that, but like, remember in the first phase, like initially they were gonna do like a similar thing with the first Avengers movie, like the first issue of the Avengers, where the Avengers were going to go against the Hulk, which that was teased in the Incredible Hulk movie. But then that didn't happen because change has happened over those first phase of movies. And
I didn't know anything about that.
Oh no, yeah. If you pay attention to the mid credit scene in the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man meets Thunderbolt.
I know, I saw it. I know, I reviewed the movie.
Yeah. So you remember. So like, he's like, oh, I got a team together, and he's like, we help you with the situation with the Hulk, and that's what it was setting up. And same thing with Thor, the first Thor movie. Loki had control of Savik, the scientist friend of Jane, but when we go into the first Avengers movie, he's not controlling Savik at that point until he has the scepter, and then he control him there. So they've been very inconsistent, and like they did discard things that they were setting up.
But you can't discard Kang. There's no way around it. They already built up the character.
They can do that.
You can't write him out. It doesn't work.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if
we're waiting for the multiversal, war or whatever, whatnot, all that shit to come and all that, right? Like, there's gonna be the incursions and all that shit, whatnot, right? And like, you're gonna have the Kangs come. We saw them in Ant-Man 3. They're coming.
But then Loki season 2 kind of made it like, oh, it's all taken care of, and
that had nothing to do with Kang.
Yeah, they brought up Ant-Man 3, and they say like, oh, they took care.
No, they didn't say that. No, they didn't. That's not what they said.
No, yes, they did. I remember season 2 of
they're still coming.
No, well, we need to see how Deadpool Wolverine does it.
It doesn't. No, that has nothing to do with Kang either. There still is an Avengers 5 where there's going to be Kang involved. There's still Kang.
But they took out the title of the Kang Dynasty, so.
Yes, they did, but that's it. That's all they did.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't know. Like,
they're going to recast the role, sir.
I'll bet you money they're not going to.
They have to. They've done too much with the character already. They have to.
Hey, I followed the MCU for how many years? 15 years.
Oh, whatever. Let's not debate who covers the MCU better or whatever, whatnot. And all that. Let's not have that talk, sir.
All right. Yeah, that's true. Look, we just need to wait for the next few projects.
I'm true knowledge, motherfucker. Remember that.
No. You're sex knowledge, sir. You're sex knowledge.
True knowledge, motherfucker.
Knowledge.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear here.
Here, I'll type in the comments. Sex knowledge. Okay, KNOWLEDGE, sex knowledge. Let me capitalize the S, for sex, for Jeff here, and voila. Here we go. Gonna type it. It's gonna be yes. Read it through the comments. Sex knowledge. That's who you are. Anyway, I'm very excited to see Hawkeye season 2. I think this is good for Jeremy Renner and Hedy Steinfeld. It's great to see more Kate Bishop, which is great. If they are gonna make the Young Avengers movie and have Kate Bishop as a co-lead for Miss Marvel, that's gonna be great because I want to see more of Kate Bishop as the superhero, and I think having season 2 makes a lot of sense. Plus, that's a good move to like lead up to the Young Avengers movie, so that makes a lot of sense. Just the other thing, and just the thing, we need to wait. Who's going to be the team? Like we just know 3. Kamala, Chavez, and Bishop are like really the 3 superheroes that are active. The others is kind of like up in the air, and we have to wait and see in Young Avengers.
I'm looking for the damn Gunn video that I downloaded so I can play it.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm trying to find. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one, where the hell it's at.
Here, I can maybe pull that from YouTube.
No, I've got it. I already downloaded it.
Okay, just let me know if you need any help.
No, I'm just trying to find it. It's in my downloads.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Where is that shit, folks? Ready to move on to our DCU segment and get the hell out of here. If I can find this stupid Gunn segment. Where is that shit? I blame Andre's the pop culture guy for this shit, personally, folks. Technical difficulties, and Andre's the pop culture guy.
No.
On this.
Jeff, he should know. Wait, he should be ready at this point.
A dramatic fight between 2 wild kangaroos on a suburban street in Australia. The 2 marsupials slugged it out for 5 minutes. The experts say the kangaroos often fight in a bid to become the dominant male.
Is that real?
In a group.
Is that real? Wow.
I assume it is.
I've never seen 2
They do
kangaroos.
that.
Wow.
Look at that.
I assume it is.
Okay. All right.
I like kangaroos.
Yeah. But this whole idea of wanting to be the dominant male, can you imagine?
Can you? That's the question.
Charlie.
Can you, Charlie Rose?
Don't get us started. All right.
He always plays nicely. He never.
Kangaroo. I'm surprised we haven't done Kangaroo Jack for a movie view. Because of, you know what I mean? I think it'll be a blast for us. Just your perception of kangaroos. We're gonna have a somewhat talking kangaroo.
I had that Gunn thing and now I can't find it.
Well, let me know if you need help. I can help you. Maybe find that review.
No. I'll find it. I'll find it. In the meantime, I'll play something.
An S-hole or a nation in decline. But in actuality, as I dive deep here, Europe is actually doing a lot better than we think. And if anything, the gap between Europe and US in terms of like performance is actually narrowing.
That big red, that one red line right there is Yabu's line. Yes, Yabu.
That alone is.
Yeah, it's like up top there at the end. That's Yabu's shit.
I thought that looked familiar.
Yeah, but yeah, I go deep into the analysis, and yeah, I post at least once a week. You can also find me on X. Yeah, I actually posted a new one actually about the China's Belt and Road Initiative. It's quite interesting and my longest piece ever.
Wow, it's just so interesting. Look at you. That's quite intellectual there, Jess.
This actually explains me when I wear my my Yamushigi loincloth right there. You see that little drop off right there? Yeah. That's when I have the loincloth on, right? Like my non-bulge. You see that depression? There you go.
And it goes back up, but Jeff, it goes back up after that.
Well, there you go. But
thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. Anyways. Thanks for displaying my, my penile situation or whatnot on your graphs like that. Whatnot. It's very embarrassing. My private information.
It's okay. We will show more of those more.
Try to compare me to Yabu and everything and whatnot. It's bad enough, when I went to go and get condoms or at the store, I couldn't figure out why the Magnum condoms wouldn't fit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't find them. The Magnums for extremely tiny penis guys.
Dude, you're supposed to go to China for that.
Right?
You gotta look on Temu. They have them on Temu. Yeah, they're real cheap.
That is Yabu sausage versus the average man sausage. That actually looks like that looks like what a Shinu sausage would look like.
Yeah, but Buntaro.
Oh man, sir, I'm funny.
I don't know.
Oh, is that your sex knowledge bullshit? Whatever, sir. Whatever you say.
Anyway, I post some DC stuff.
I've got the stupid Gunn thing.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors,
to say fuck you
within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is a story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to hand the keys over to you. What do we know besides Superman that is not Superman Legacy anymore and Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, where we're pretty caught up on, right?
Yeah.
Where are we at with the rest of the lineup in terms of Creature Commandos, Waller, Superman, Lanterns, the Authority? What do we have?
All right. So let's get first off the Creature Commandos thing, because we know this has been more clear, confirmed about Frank Grillo's character, the Rick Flag Sr., is going to be in Peacemaker Season 2. That's been confirmed. Of course, as you know, that the Creature Commandos actors are going to be the same ones for the live action. So that's...
And we've seen a lot, and we've covered the castings of a lot of those characters already, haven't we?
Yes, and the latest casting for that was the Circe character from the Wonder Woman universe. That was the last time that was updated. So that is the major one. Another one, this one's the big one that's recently happened, is Lanterns. He was talking about Lanterns, about how that's going to be the HBO Max series. We got confirmed of a new a head writer, showrunner, Damien Lindelof, the famed showrunner for Lost, The Leftovers, the HBO Watchmen show. He is tapped to showrun the Lantern show for the DC universe. So that's new. I left the article there for you to maybe pull it off. So he's gonna be part of the team, and Gunn had like a Instagram post to confirm that. So that's really good news for the Green Lantern show, because and I think Linda is a really great writer to do that. Okay.
That show has a lot of potential. I mean, if it really is like a Lantern / True Detective kind of series, whatnot, based on Earth, to me, that as a loose DC fan that doesn't really know a lot about DC Comics, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so they're running the pilot now, and I think so they're on a good start right there, which is great. What else? I think just give me a moment here. Just because I got a lot of pages here on my notes, so I'm gonna run down some of the major ones here. Just give me a minute here. What? I can't believe it. I am fully just memorized how you find these clips, and I'm just even engrossed with that scene, which was so fantastic. Anyway, I'm getting back to what I'm saying before. So nothing new for Brave and the Bold. Just want to bring up nothing new and confirmation about that movie besides just rumors. That's really it. I mean, they haven't confirmed if Machete is still on or not, so that's a little up the air. So nothing new has come up with Brave and the Bold. Swamp Thing. Nothing new for that. They're saying they just want.
They've got James Mangold involved, right?
Yeah, from like a long time ago. They say he was like circling around that. Hopefully he's still in the project, because he's doing another movie about Dylan biopic the Authority. Now, this one, I think the Authority is going to be maybe the next movie after Supergirl, because Gunn just confirmed that haven't yet done casting yet with the Authority, and we know we have already the engineer that's from the Authority comic book series. From
it's gonna be Superman.
Yeah, so I think the Authority will be maybe the third project coming after Supergirl after 2026. So nothing new there. He just kind of brought that up in one of the interviews. So that's what happened. What else? Recently he brought up the Teen Titans is going to get the big screen movie. That's
right.
Here.
Yeah, I heard that rumor that they're going to do a Teen Titans actual film.
Yeah, so I put this in my notes because I know probably people want to know about this. So yeah, so Gunn has confirmed that's in development. Nothing, there's no cast or a director or writer yet, but just confirmed that yes, Teen Titans is part of the Chapter 1, maybe, for the DC universe for Gunn. So, but that's good news because I like the Teen Titans team. And I think it's great. What else?
I want the pizza dough wrestler guy on Teen Titans.
Oh my god. Okay, very funny. Very funny, very funny. Oh my god. Now you lost. Oh my god. Concentration. Oh my god. What are they gonna do with you, sir? Okay, let's see.
When he throws the dough at the opponent and he catches it.
Oh, yeah, very funny. Another big thing. Speaking of the Matt Reeves Batman being Elseworld, do you remember that there was an Arkham spinoff from that?
Yeah,
show?
Arkham Asylum spinoff series they're going to do along with the Penguin series.
So that has changed since this announcement. Apparently, that's not going to be part of the Matt Reeves universe. It's going to be part of now Gunn's Slate, his universe. So that's going to be probably a connection to the Brave and the Bold Batman. So that's something that was new, like a couple months ago. So
we're gonna cover the Penguin show when it comes out.
Yeah, soon. In the next couple of months.
There's no release date.
Yeah, no release date. It probably will drop in October or November, whenever it's going to release. It's going to happen probably in the mid 2024. So that's going to be exciting. Okay. Nothing new for Paradise Lost. Nothing. But except for Source, the fact that we cast Source in Creature Commandos, we can see that actress that was cast in the Creature Commandos will probably appear in Paradise Lost. That's something that's new.
I think Paradise Lost could be another like game changer type series. That could be a real crossover series that would be a comic book series, but really crossover into the cultural mainstream. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a hit, right? Like a drama.
Yeah, no, it worked. I mean, it could be the level of House of the Dragon / Game of Thrones.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that could.
That's why I think the whole partnership with Gunn and HBO Studios is a real game changer.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that's really it in terms of the DC.
Well, what about?
始まるまでね、ギザ記事を回すこと以外にほぼデータがなかったんですが、ただもんじゃないですね。
結構ね、ルイズ・プリモ選手の情報って意外と少ないですよね。
少ないんですよ。SNS でね、ギザ記事を回しながら戦う姿の動画がですね、めちゃくちゃバズったんですが、そのバズった以上の情報が入ってこないんですよね。そうなんです。今度はギザ。
Yeah, so I just put in the comment here. I got news for that guy. Please show it to the folks. Jeff, he's coming in 2027 of May 5th in theaters. So it's very true.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, look, the pizza guy wrestler is gonna come out. His movie is gonna come out in 2027.
Oh, okay, all right.
In years, and we can see more of the dole. The flips and.
Oh my god! All right,
I love that. Anyway, And yeah, that's it. That's all the DC news. The big one was the Lindelof lanterns, which was great. So that was the big one, and the ones that I brought up, some of them has now a couple casts that will pump up in probably in future projects, and then you got one show that wasn't part of the slate is now part of the slate. With the Arkham show that I just brought up, that's now going to be part of the James Gunn slate, and that's where we're at right now. And in terms of release dates, we now know that again, Jeff brought this up. Superman and Supergirl are going to be the first two projects that are coming in next year, 2025 and 2026. So that's so far we're at right now with the DC slate, which is good. So it's coming along, which is great.
Thank you, sir. And here we are. We're in plugs. We're Andres the Pop Culture Guy channel presents at 951 subscribers, sir. What do you have to say about what's going on at Andres the Pop Culture Guy presents?
Well, first off, I want to say thank you, brother Jeff, for coming yesterday to do the X-Men Days of Future Past.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
And we're doing well. We're up to 43 reviews, so that's good. Hopefully it can grow very slowly. Tomorrow I'm going to post my top ranking of the Monsterverse films. That's the Kaiju films of Godzilla and Kong films. So I'm going to work on that for tomorrow. And just wrap up a couple things for May. I'm going to have a retrospective review on X-Men First Class or Days of Future Past maybe this week. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I want to thank you everyone for joining me and Jeff for the Monday report. It was great to have Ramon for the show briefly.
Yeah, thanks Ramon.
Yeah, thank you, brother. It was great. We got our guests, which was great, and it was fun. So yeah, I'm very excited for Wednesday. If you guys want to know what's our schedule, Wednesday, Matrix Reloaded. Our friend here,
Matrix
Jeff.
Reloaded, baby. I'm moderating. That's right.
Yeah, and then Friday we got Full Out episode 8 finale review. That's gonna be awesome.
Big show, big panel. A lot of drinking water, a lot of drinking booze. A lot of people saying the V letter instead of saying the full word the V's.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. MCU'S report. We're trying to wrap this bitch up under 2 hours, so we're gonna call it. God bless everybody out there. Have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you get plenty of rest before Monday when you got to go back and do the whole grind and everything and whatnot. Watch out for the pizza dough wrestler guy. He might get you with the fucking dough. You don't want that to happen to you. He'll get you, right? You saw that kick he dropped on that dude where he fooled him with the pizza dough. That's not good for you. You don't want that to happen to you. So be careful. And we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you on Wednesday. And of course, the MCU'S report will be back. That's Monday. So we'll see you later.